Hi! So today we're going to go over our manipulative lesson, and what I decided to do is make puzzle pieces with vocabulary, like a term with an example of a picture, and then like a small definition. And I went ahead and I cut out my own puzzle pieces and created a puzzle for an activity in a classroom setting. This would be done individually. For students to just practice on their own. I would also want them to write to the side in their notebook the term, the definition, and their own drawing of the picture. That way, when they go home for homework or free time, they can study their own interpretation of what I have written down, as well as we can also do this as a timed project where each bag of puzzle pieces would have the same amount of puzzles in them, but they would be timed, and so whoever could finish their little baggie first would win and could have a trip to the prize box or something. So to get started, I would have one, like this. It says equilateral triangle. And now, looking at all the puzzle pieces I do have, we could come over here and we could see that this is a picture of an equilateral triangle, and we know that because all three sides are the same. Okay, and now we continue and we look through our other puzzle pieces and we look for the one that says something along the lines of all sides are equal, and as well as angles are equal to 60 degrees. Another one that I have are the puzzle piece is square. So we do know that a square has 4 sides and all sides are 90 degrees, angles, sorry. So we would find the one where it says all sides are equal and that the angles equal 90 degrees. And then we find the puzzle piece that matches. Like that. I should have colored them so they stood off the whiteboard better. Okay, and I got one more on the board and it says rectangle. Now, rectangle is a longer version of a square, but where opposite sides are the same. So we look for the puzzle pieces that match. Rectangle, and here's a picture, and then it says opposite sides are equal, and then the angles equal 90 degrees as well. Got some more. Just throw them up there. Okay, these ones get a little different. We're going to also go over some fractions. So 1/4. So it's written in a word. Now what does a 1/4 look like? Well, written out in numbers, it looks like this. 1/4. And you can know that by there's 4 quarters in a dollar, and 1/4 would be just one of those quarters. The picture would also look similar to this. So now you have the term, the picture, and it written out in numbers as well. Let's do point. Now, what does a point look like? Well, if you were writing it on a line graph, it's just a colored in circle with usually a letter representing what it is. And a point is a single location in a space. And then we can have 3/4. Now, 4 quarters equal a dollar. So 3 out of 4 would be 3/4. And that would mean 3 out of the 4 spaces would be colored in. Then we can have 1/2. And that is where in numbers, it would be 1 out of 2. And in a picture, it would just be half of the circle. Now we have one for rhombus. Now a rhombus is where all sides are equal and 2 pairs of parallel lines. So we look for the picture where there are 2 pairs of parallel lines. They're running diagonally, and then these ones are running diagonally as well. So all of the sides are equal. They're the same length, but you have 2 different pairs of parallel sides. And I do have one more definition, and it would be line. Now this is a little easy because it's my last one, but a line are points that continue in both directions for forever. So, and that would be how we would go over our definitions and make it a little fun to practice and share with the class. You can get in front of the classroom and do this on the whiteboard, and you can have all the puzzle pieces spread out all over the board, or you can group them into baggies where you have, like I did, only a handful, 10, maybe 15 definitions, and you can have them speed through them, give them a time. The first person who wins gets a prize, or gets to go to recess first, or be the line leader, or whatever the case may be. But I think it'd be a fun way for students to try something different that they're not used to doing. It'll get them engaged. Having to put the puzzle pieces together, help them realize which definitions and pictures go with which term. That way they get a little help, but they don't. They're still figuring it out on their own. But you can't force the puzzle to fit together. So just like you can't force a definition to fit with a term that doesn't go with. So I think the puzzle would be a great tool for students to help learn and grow. Thank you so much.